Hey all, James here from Mana for Dragons. This is the first segment we're calling Building with Beasts, and today I'm going to go over an Ikoria pre-release pack from opening packs to deck building. So if you've never done a pre-release, you take the 6 packs, an extra card within, and you make the best 40 card deck out of it you can. So usually you get an hour for that. Hopefully I can still get under that while explaining all of my thoughts rather than just doing things. Let's get going. Okay, our bonus foil guy. You've got your little brochure here that gives you a basic overline of the best way for deck building. Companion, that's new. Okay, so this is a good starting point. We'll see if we end up matching it or not. I'll be giving you all my sides, and by the way, thanks for watching. Here's your free arena code, should you want it. Okay, so normally what I will do is I will separate by rarity first, mainly because that's where you're going to find your bombs and game finishers, is in the extreme rares. Removal and that kind of thing can come from any rarity, but it's good to basically see what you're going with, and then from there I do it by color as well. So let's make this green, we'll go with blue. And you can't see the full extent of my playmat. I'm going to try and keep it as tight as I can, but that's not super easy for me. Colorless slash other is generally a, where's the best place for that? There we go. All right, since I think I can basically, well, I can't quite get 3 rows in with the size of the screen here, so we're going to go with uncommons and rares in the same pile, but normally I would do 3 piles on my mat. Such as the limitations. Okay. Bonus land. Okay. Usually something like limited is hard to get into, like a flash tribal, but sometimes you can get lucky. Probably is going to be a lot of mutate in this. Always good to look at, vaguely where your removals are as you're going, just to keep a good eye out. Getting some solid big beasties in green. Yeah, Mythos is going to be hard, and that would put me into... it's destroy creature, I guess, at the very worst. Random bonus land, which I will kind of shove over here. Boy, I don't have a lot of screen room, do I? Always good to see dinosaurs staying in. Alternate art fun, just good to have. That can be useful for color fixing. draw a card, land. Probably better in limited than it is any other format. Things tend to kind of stagnate out in certain games. Not every game, but sometimes. Honey Mammoth. Amazing names. Seems like they had a fun time designing this set, and hopefully will come through in playing it. All these darts. And they could be interesting, to be fair. Ooh, Colossification. That could be a bomb if you get trample. I think I saw some sort of trample thing. Problem with a 7-mana thing is you gotta have some kind of ramp in the deck, typically. I mean, as an absolute finisher, you can have kind of one of. Cards like this are decent and limited, even though they don't do much outside of that. Companion. Now that is interesting. You can have a companion on the sideboard for this. That could actually be a fun thing to build. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up. I don't know if red and black are something I could do, but having an odd CMC deck might be difficult and limited. But it would, you know, considering I don't know how often they're going to have companion, it could be a fun thing to do. And that is what these pre-release events are really all about. Just playing with the set in a very small environment, seeing all the toys it has. Oh wait, why did I put that over there? That's a multicolor. Okay. So those are all the packs. All right, as far as colors, we got some interesting lands in green, white, red, white, or blue, black. So those are possibilities. All right, let's start with colorless / multicolor. So we got the Prey Piercer, which technically doesn't have to be a companion in the deck, but it is powerful to have it as that 8th card on the side. All right, we got several, it looks like, Is-It cards. So we have removal plus card draw, very strong. And flyer is good to have evasion, haste as well. Blue and red are looking very good just simply from the multicolor standpoint. I don't know how much flash we're gonna have. And the Zenith Flare could be good in extreme cycling. I don't know how many cards we have with cycling yet. Yeah, like I said, that land, and then maybe the Mana Rock just to, we'll see, doubt it. And in the common slot, you had some of these darts, several actually, stopping something from untapping once to draw a card. Not the best, but mutate fodder and a little flash guy. Okay, so all right, let's go through the rares and uncommons real quick. White has, this guy could be very strong protection is very hard to deal with in limited, so you kind of look to see what their best blockers are and or removal spells if you've seen them in a different game. This one's going to be hard to do because of multiple humans. Not that big of a card pool. I think I have like 2. Lifelink cycling could be useful, and mutate is okay. Not loving white from that perspective. From the commons, mutate flyer is decent. Removal, I mean, okay as a 1-drop. Not great. More human tribal. Pacifism's really good in limited. Cycling. More human tribal. Cycle tribal. Okay, black has mutate removal. Not bad. This is going to probably be a great removal anyway. You don't really need non-land permanent in this. You just want to get rid of creatures, to be quite fair. And Death Touch is always relevant. Okay. That guy's decent. Memory Leak. Probably not going to go deep in discard. Not a bad card draw. Death Touch or Lifelink guy. Flash. Recursion. Bonus human. That's nice. Mutate with Menace. And discard. Discard can actually hurt quite a bit in limited. That one's going to be really good in this. Dead Weight's going to be good. Not bad. Another Scorpion. Okay, black's got some good stuff in the commons. Red, only 2 uncommons. I don't know that I'm going to be wanting to sacrifice much. I don't think I have a ton of token creators. The lizard. Strictly okay. Pretty decent removal there. 4 mana to deal minimum 4, because that's what you're going to have. There's some fodder if you want it. Mutate. Card draw. Possible destruction with a cycling upside. I don't dislike that. Gaining control of a creature. Easier if you have menace. Cycling deep. Combat trick. Okay. Blue. Decent card. Tapping and draw. Not super strong. That's definitely interesting. That can be very strong. Essence Scatter is okay and limited. Capture Sphere is pretty good. Decent blocker turtle to buy you some time. Flying jellyfish. Okay, let's see green. What do you got for me, green? So there are some good mutate synergies in here. classification as a game winner. Getting trample, though, is pretty clutch. Not seeing a lot of that in here. Here's the big one that gives trampling. Is also a finisher in its own right. And my promo card. Fight something, destroys an artifact or enchantment, and if you bounce a human, it gets indestructible. That has the potential to be very strong. Okay, let's see what we got in the green. Weird. What is that? Is that a misprint? Do I have an ink smear on my card? It's bizarre. Yeah, there's another. Very weird. Okay, hard to block. Cycle away early game. Add some mana, huge. Vigilance is okay. Life gain 6/6. Mutate fodder. More life gain. Destroy, plummet another. Prevent all damage. So some fog. There's more trample options. Another fog. And a fertilid for more ramp. And what's interesting about this is you can use this as like a mutate base because it comes out with the +2 counters on it. And as you are taking those off, if you mutate something onto it, the base will survive. Okay, so from what I see here, there's really 2 ways to go about this. I could try to force this just for fun. Odd CMC stuff is funny. I'll give it that. It is funny. But I mean, I do have a decent amount of odd things in the deck. What would that cut out? That would remove Dark Bargain, which is not that strong. Boot Nipper, Deadeye, this guy. Blood Curdle's good. If I'm going in black, I want Blood Curdle. So yeah, about half of my common slot. I don't see myself getting into the 2 colors there. So probably noting that, I did really like these Is It cards. Unfortunately, I wasn't left with a whole lot in either blue or red, which makes me definitely sad. So the other way is green is looking super strong, and there actually are more human synergies in here than I would have guessed on first, like mutate / some human things. So what I might end up doing is seeing what I can get in white and green and go from there. I do have 1 single white-green land. That could be useful. Wish I had more in blue-red because I would actually really love to use these Is It guys. They seem super strong, but can't force it. Bonder's Enclave seems likely good for green. I'm not sure if I'll need the crystal because there were so many ramp things already in green. And if I'm going green-white, that's not going to be all that useful either. Okay, so at this point, once I've chosen my colors, going Selesnya, from there I will do like a creature and a non-creature mana curve. I'll usually try and do on the same mat space, but since this is kind of a cropped in view, let's start with creature first and go to non-creature second. So we've got a 3. I don't know, can I get 2 rows? I could try. I could certainly try. What's important to note, though, is if there's enough cards in here that have mutate, it is worth considering their CMC to be the mutate cost. So I'll go back and take a look at that, depending on how many creatures that are not the, or, you know, can be used as a mutate base, I guess. Flying 3/4 is fine anyway, so the potential of hooking up a human could be good, but it's a card that would be just junk in other formats, but can be playable here. Okay, running out of space. I don't think I have any 2-drop creatures, so we'll kind of just scoot it on over. Just going to make this pile equal big. Oh, here's the 2-drop creature pile. Found it in the end. All right, we're going to scoot big a little off screen. Sorry if this is hard to follow. Should be good enough. Yeah, I'm not liking the Vigilant 2/4, so I'm going to just kind of set that to the side anyway. I can tell we're going to have way too many things in the bomb pile. So we probably don't need some of these various honey type things. But we have a decent amount of ramp. Doubt we need the fogs because of how aggressive this is looking. All right, so that's the basics of what we're looking at. So sure, I'll put this guy back in just for grins. All right, so right now we currently have 4, 7, 9, 11, 15, 18, 21 creatures. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 non-creatures. So that's a bit high on both. So we're going to look for easy cuts first. Like I said, I don't like the Vigilant guy. Where did I check him? Here. Plus, you can see 3 is a pretty crowded mana. We also don't need so many top ends, I don't think. Especially because we don't have a lot of them with trample, sad times. So the Honey Mammoths, 6/6 for 6 to gain 4 life are okay. I don't know that we need 2. Coglin is obviously making the cut. Kogla. My scratched card is just, it's good because it's hard to block, and it can be cycled if you get it too early. Definitely good. The trample counter guy, same thing. That is a great thing to have, because then you can put a trample counter on something you've classified, or wait until you have this, and then, yeah. Okay, and the 6 mana 3/6 that cycles, I probably don't like either. So that's 2 gone. Looking in here. Yeah, I mean, this is a 5 mana 6/6. That's already better than the elephant. I mean, obviously uncommon versus common, but flyers are good, especially if we're mutating, because we can mutate the bigger, beefier boy onto it. This is just a little life gainy guy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say we probably don't need either of these mammoths because of... Well, let me see. Hold on. All right, first I'm going to see if there's anything obvious that I just don't like. The bear, I'm trying to understand here. If it attacks, you can change the base power and toughness of a human and the bear. So that's before blockers. So I honestly have no idea why you would want to do that. The only other thing I could think of is if you had just an insanely big human. But like if you colossified a human, you could leave it as a blocker. But why would you do that? Oh, it's change, not exchange. Okay, that makes way more sense. So now if you have a 1/1 token and you attack with the bear, the token also becomes a 4/4. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Yeah, we might keep the bear then. This guy mutates for 3. Another, yeah, this is super cluttered 3 CMC. But solid mutate either way. Other humans get bigger. Let's find out how many humans we have. That is a great question. Okay, makes a human. 2 humans that are mana dorks, which, I mean, maybe you like them better in the later game. This guy is a mutate synergy. It's nothing to do with humans. We've got the other humans guy who we're talking about, and we've got our Lava Brink Venturer. Did one of these make a human? That's a human buff. That's probably gonna get rid of too. There's just not enough humans in here. Oh, this guy got put in the wrong spot. Whenever you cycle a card, ugh, not happening often in this build. We're gonna get rid of that guy right away. Yeah, Perimeter Sergeant. I just don't think I have enough humans for that to be a worthwhile buff, but we shall see. Okay. As far as our non-creature ones go, gain 4 life, put a counter on something, or destroy an enchantment. Not entirely sure how much enchantments are going to be in here, but that's a good sideboard if you're playing someone that has a lot of pacifisms, for example. You might need that. These other ones are good removal. Plummet almost always hits because people love flyers because they're hard to block. These fogs are not my favorite. I'm not going to be holding up mana a lot in here. I'm going to be tapping out a lot. And this human buff is another one that I'm like, do I have enough things for that to even be playable? So right away, fog is good if you're playing more control, like green-blue or something, but okay. Probably gonna get rid of these right off the bat. So let's do another count. We're not gonna count the honey mammoths yet, but they're in the running. All right. Yeah, I did get rid of a ton of my 3-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus possibly 2 more creatures is a bit. Light of Hope, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our other spells are basically spot on. We might as well keep Light of Hope in. It can kind of be a combat trick if you attack with something and someone thinks they can trade, but then you buff yours the last second. And the other nice thing is it's a keep. You keep that counter. So it's possibly good enough. Never know. Life gain, doubtfully relevant in this format, but target enchantment could be good. Could be good to get rid of someone's classification. Okay, so probably what I'm thinking, Perimeter Sergeant's not my favorite. I do have a lot of ramp, though. So maybe we'll keep one of these elephants in. Or honey mammoth. Yeah, it's an elephant. What would that give us if we take these 2 cards out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 creatures. 6 non-creatures. That's 23, which is kind of ideal. And I think they even tell you this in your little booklet here. Yeah, they tell you to get exactly 17 lands. I've sometimes gone down to 16. You could consider it in this build because of how many mana dorks and that kind of thing you have, but probably better to smooth it out, especially since you have 2 non-basics here that you're going to be using. Nice card draw and color fixing. So based on that, I think actually we're looking pretty good here. The bear is less good than it was because I took out most of my human type things, but you know, it could play with the 2 mana dorks later. It's a possibility. That's more likely than the guy that buffed everything, because you're not going to want to attack them every turn, just sometimes. Okay, so that's the basic deck built. From there, what we're going to want to do is look at colors. So we have just 2, that makes it easy. So we split it up between our 2 colors. I'll bring it into more center frame. Like so. And another thing to note with colors, the green in this case is getting me other mana. So it kind of is more important anyway, because of Fertilid and the 2 Naturalists, because they all get, these guys add a mana of any color to the pool, so they can help you if you don't draw your white, but if you don't draw your green, you can't play them. And then outside of that, the Fertilid gets a land, so if you're missing your plains, again, you can use Fertilid to go get a plains. But if you don't have a forest out already, you're kind of hosed. So good reasons to lean towards green on your 17 lands. Beyond that, you just do a raw count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10. So that leaves 10. 13 and 10. It's already leaning heavily towards green. Oh, the other thing you check is the mana pips. Do you have any doubles? Looks like greens, including their mutate abilities and or cycling, are all singles. So yeah, we're definitely not going to go as heavy into white here. However, it is not a splash. It's still a good solid half of the deck almost. Some of our bombs go heavy into green, and one of them needs a triple green. So, yeah. This is going to be strong at the end. Okay. So of that, we have 2 of the nons. That leaves us 15 land slots. So we can go probably 8 and 7. 7 plains, 8. Could maybe go 9 and 6, but at that point you're going with, 30% more forest than plains, and you definitely don't have 30% more green cards than white. Plus this one kind of gives you any color. So I would assume, with a couple small drops, you don't want to miss your white. Although the green that need doubles are late game, which is important because that means, by the time you're at 6, 7, 9 mana, you'll have your colors. So that's less important that they're, if it was a, Fertilid was triple green, you'd be really pressing to get into green. So yeah, I think between the 15 extra lands, 8 forests, 7 plains sounds right. So from here, I'd go get those from the basic box, sleeve everything, shuffle up, maybe do a little bit of gold fishing. We're only about half an hour into the deck building, so plenty of time left over. I suppose if you want, you can second guess your companion and see, could you have fit him in here? Are all your cards? No, you've got even mana cards in here, so he can't be a companion, sadly. I would definitely like making that work, which is sad that quarantine kind of killed pre-release in the traditional sense. I'll be playing someone on Zoom later, but being in a shop, you could do multiple things, and you could be like, oh, okay, well, I did mutate once. You know, I did humans once. I did companion the one time, and you can kind of experience the set from that. But this is going to be pretty much it for me. So yeah, time to sleeve up and play. Thanks for watching.